Now listen, mate. Can I be honest with you for a second? I wasn't even going to talk about this, but last night, after one too many drinks and one too many stories from the lads, I found myself staring into my half-empty pint thinking, how did we get here? You know what I mean. These conversations we have about women and dating, and there's always that one guy in the group who tells a story about a girl he thought was wifey material, only to find out later that half the postcode knew her better than he did. And no, I'm not talking nonsense here. You've probably been there, haven't you? Met a woman who said all the right things, looked the part, talked the part, and then boom! Red flags everywhere, but not the obvious ones, no. These are the clever phrases, the ones they slip in during casual conversation that tell you exactly who you're dealing with, if you know how to listen. So sit back, let me tell you the 8 phrases women say when they've had, let's say, extensive experience. And no, I'm not here to sugarcoat it, not today. Number 1, she will say, I don't judge people based on their past. Now here's the first one you've got to clock. I don't judge people based on their past. On the surface, sounds nice, right? Open-minded, mature. But let's not kid ourselves. People absolutely judge. You do. I do. She does too. What she's really saying is, please don't ask about mine. She wants to clear the runway, so you never bring up body count exes or where she was between 2015 and 2020. And trust me, if she's saying this early on, there's probably a reason she's worried about judgment. You see, women with a clean track record aren't afraid of their past. They talk about it openly, casually, with zero shame. But when it sounds like a preemptive strike, that's when you know something's up. It's like when a politician says, I've got nothing to hide. Oh, really? Then why are you saying it? Mate, take that phrase as a warning shot. She's not preparing you for acceptance. She's preparing you for damage control. Number 2, she will say, I've just been really focused on me. You ever hear a woman say, I've just been really focused on me lately, when you ask about her relationship history? You're not the only one. Now look, self-care is important. But let's not act like that phrase isn't being used as camouflage. What she's not saying is who or how many she's been focusing on behind closed doors. That phrase, it's PR. It's like when a company says, we're undergoing restructuring. Yeah, right. You're firing people. In this case, she's just not ready to admit how much of her me time involved other men. I know this sounds harsh, but we've got to be honest. You ask about exes and she gives you some vague spiritual sounding babble. She's dodging the truth. And here's the thing, she doesn't owe you her whole past. But if you're trying to build a future, you should know what you're working with. And if she's not telling you, she's telling you everything you need to know. Number 3, she will say, I was just exploring my freedom. All right, now this one makes my blood boil. I was just exploring my freedom. Translation. I went wild for a bit, and I'm hoping you'll overlook that. Look, mate, I'm not saying people can't have a past. We all do. But this phrase is like a spiritual hall pass to justify years of reckless decisions. It's the verbal equivalent of sweeping everything under the rug and saying, don't look under there. The problem is, no one ever says this when they've been living quietly, working on themselves, and avoiding bad decisions. No, this line comes out when she's done things she's not proud of, but still wants you to see her as relationship material. Don't fall for it. The phrase is designed to make promiscuity sound like a personal growth retreat. It's nonsense. The truth? Freedom isn't about how many beds you've been in. It's about discipline, control, direction. And if her version of freedom involved a different guy every weekend, you need to ask yourself what you're really signing up for. Now, before I get into the next one, mate, if this is already hitting home, do yourself a favor. Smash that subscribe button, because nobody else is going to break this down for you like this. Not your mates, not your therapist, and definitely not the woman you're dating. This channel. This is the only place where we tell the truth, unfiltered, the way men actually speak to each other when no one else is listening. You want advice that makes sense in the real world? You'll get it here. You want polite fairy tales. and fake woke nonsense. You're on the wrong channel, so hit that button, join the crew, and let's keep going. Now, back to business. Because the next one, it's a classic, and if you don't spot it early, it'll cost you. Number 4, she will say, "I've had my fun, now I'm ready to settle down." Mate, this one. "I've had my fun, now I'm ready to settle down." It's like she's applying for a mortgage after spending 10 years gambling in Vegas, and here you are, the responsible guy, supposed to sweep her off her feet and ignore the fact that she's only ready now that the party's over. You ever wonder why these women never say that in their 20s? Why does settling down only happen when the phone stops ringing and the attention dries up? It's because you're the plan B. You're the reset button, and if you don't understand that, you'll walk into the relationship thinking you found a reformed woman, when in reality, you're just the guy she tolerates now that the fun's over. It's not romance, it's rescue, and you're the one holding the rope. Now, if she really wanted to settle down, she'd have lived with intention earlier. So when she tells you this, don't feel flattered, feel cautious. Number 5, she will say, "I don't believe in labels." Now, if she says, "I don't believe in labels," get ready. This is usually code for "I want all the benefits of a relationship without any of the commitment." And when a woman says this, it's rarely because she's deeply philosophical. It's because she wants flexibility, freedom, options. She wants to keep sleeping with whoever she wants while keeping you emotionally on standby. And if you push for more, she'll gaslight you, call you controlling, insecure, toxic. Don't fall for it. This is a bait and switch. She's offering intimacy without accountability. And if she said this to you, I'll bet money you've already caught her texting some friend at 11 p.m. This isn't 1963 where you need to wait 3 months to go steady. If she's avoiding labels in 2025, it's because she doesn't want one with you. That's the truth. Number 6, she will say, "I'm not like other girls." Here's one that sounds like a compliment to herself, but should sound like a siren to you. "I'm not like other girls." Whenever I hear this, I think that's exactly what every other girl says. It's a paradox, because women who truly aren't like the others don't go around declaring it like it's a slogan on a t-shirt. It's a performance, a subtle way of distancing themselves from the reputation they secretly share. She's trying to rebrand herself in your eyes. Ignore the past. "I'm different now." But look closer. Is she truly different? Or is she just pretending to be because she sees your value? This line is a classic tactic to stand out in your mind without actually changing anything about herself. It's manipulation with a smile. Don't be swayed by the packaging. You want a woman who lives different, not just claims she is. Number 7, she will say, "I don't do that anymore." This one will chill you if you understand it properly. "I don't do that anymore." Oh, really? And when exactly did you stop? Because the way she says it, it's like she turned over a new leaf last Tuesday. Look, people grow, yes, but when someone has to explicitly state what they don't do anymore, they're telling you it used to be a big part of who they were. This is usually said about partying, cheating, hooking up, being emotionally unavailable, etc. And it's always delivered like a confession after you've already caught feelings. Be warned. People don't change because they met the right person. They change because they've hit rock bottom and had no choice. So unless you've seen consistent change over time, not weeks but years, don't take that phrase at face value. Take it as a clue, a very loud one. Number 8, she will say, "The past is the past." And finally, the grand finale, the past is the past. You ever heard this one when you start asking real questions? It's basically a polite way of saying, stop digging. But here's the thing. The past might be in the past, but its consequences live in the present. Her habits, her trauma, her values, her expectations, they were all shaped by that so-called past. If her past was a string of casual flings, emotional roller coasters, and bad decisions, you better believe it'll affect how she shows up in your relationship. That's just reality. And if she refuses to talk about it or minimizes it, you're not building on truth, you're building on mystery. And that's no way to start anything serious. So when she drops this line, don't nod along like a good boy. Ask yourself, why does she want me to ignore it so badly? Because whatever. She's hiding, trust me. It's not irrelevant.